What's going on, guys? Night Rainbow here with another reaction video. And I'm taking a look at episode 5 of The Keepers of Discord. I somewhat remember what happened in the last part. It's been a little while since I checked these out. But I'm just going to go ahead and get straight into this. Start in 3, 2, 1, start.
I'm just saying this would work a lot better if it were more like other gardens, Summer Sky insisted. That's the whole point of the Chaos Garden, though, Sunny replied in what Summer obviously took as an obnoxiously reasonable voice. But it gets so hard to fertilize and water. Can't we at least move things so they're in rows? It's not about easy, dear. It's about a little bit of contained chaos from Mr. Discord here. The younger mare, looking so much like her mother that it was almost as if I were looking into some sort of time vortex into the past, snorted and stomped her hoof. Why bother then? Why not let it all go to chaos? Sunny smiled while she tended the garden, digging up and tossing out a lily that had passed on, and planting a randomly grabbed shrub in its place. When you step back, what do you see? Summer grumbled but complied, taking a few steps back and then looking. I see a mess, she said. Sunny laughed. Try taking a few more steps back, then look wider. Wider? Summer peered towards her mother, who was clad in soil and had a kerchief tied around her mane, which, for some reason, had a little gray in it. I see the garden, which is a mess. What else? Sunny prompted. I see you? When Sunny motioned for her to continue, Summer looked around and then said, I see the hedge maze and the grass. And how do those look? Neat, orderly, except right by the border of the Chaos Garden, where weeds keep creeping out. I keep telling you, a retaining wall. I never wanted to put a wall around the garden, dear. It didn't seem right to fence it in. Sunny grunted with the effort as she got to her hooves, wiping her brow with a towel. What you're seeing is order, all around the Chaos Garden. Trimmed grass, sculptured hedges, clean walkways. If we put a wall around the garden, we'd rob it of its power. If we let it go everywhere, it would corrupt the order of this place. Sounds good to me, I thought. But that would rob the garden itself of what makes it special. Chaos and order go together like oil and water, Sunny said, piling her gardening tools into a cart. They don't really mix all that well, but if you take one away and just leave the other, well, it gets boring, doesn't it? Order isn't boring, Summer protested. Ooh, I'm so giving you a noogie once I'm free. Pure order? Of course it is, Sunny said sensibly. We need order to have a stable life, but we need chaos to make that life interesting enough to live. Still chatting, the two of them left the grove. I barely noticed. I was too busy looking at the garden. Her name is Wind Whisper, Summer Sky said, presenting the foal to me. Windy, this is Discord. Our family takes care of him. The foal gurgled up at me, wide-eyed, while I just reeled with confusion. Summer has a foal now? She's just a filly. Granted, a filly who got her cutie mark. Wait, how many years ago was that? I had no idea. I had no idea how long I'd even been in this statue. The only thing I knew for sure was that there was just one bearer left. One string holding my prison closed. And that had to be near snapping. If I had to bet, I'd say it was probably Twilight Sparkle. She's just too obstinate to give up. A trait I could admire her for, if it weren't for the fact that it was keeping me locked up tightly. She's so beautiful, Sunny said from behind her daughter, tears in her eyes as she looked down at her grandfoal. Another new experience. Now I knew what it was like to feel old. I didn't like it. Sunny had been sick. A cough, she told me one day. Just a cough. But it was enough to make it so that her latest doctor, she'd outlived her last two, had insisted that she take some bed rest. Summer Sky was doing her best, along with little Wind Whisper. The filly, though she was a silvery gray and looked nothing like Sunny, reminded me a lot of the older mare. She was inquisitive and loved to laugh, and she too called me Funny Face. It was now a week after I had felt the last thread snap. The only thing holding my prison shut now was wishful thinking and a lack of a concentrated burst of chaos. Anything would do, really. A war, a fight, even an argument. Heck, get Winter Magic and Cloud Runner back here. I'm sure I'd be free before I could blink. Summer Sky was walking towards me slowly. For once, she didn't have her daughter with her. Summer had followed in her mother's footsteps and turned being a keeper into a family affair. For Wind Whisper to not be here, I vaguely hoped the filly wasn't ill. Then I saw Summer's face. She'd been crying. Hard. No. "Hi, Discord," Summer said with a wan smile. I'm sorry. I can't. Mom wanted me to come and see you. She was sicker than we thought." I could feel the turmoil from the mare, chipping away at the last of my bonds. No. Darn it, no! I don't even know if you can hear me, or care if you do, but it was quick, at least. Peaceful. Everyone was there, even my brother and sister. A crack in the stone. Summer didn't notice. Not like this, I thought furiously. Not because of... She wrote you a letter. It's here." Summer took the letter from a thin saddlebag by her side and placed it by my feet. "She didn't want me to read it. She said it's just for you." Summer Sky started crying again. Another crack appeared. And, for the first time in my existence, I sought to keep myself imprisoned. Even if
Jeez.
you asked me now, I couldn't say why. "I'm sorry," Summer said, wiping at her eyes. "I'm so sorry. She wanted to come and see you, but she couldn't. She had no strength left at the end. I knew she loved coming here, and I don't want you to worry. I'll keep doing my best. And I know Wind Whisper will as well, and... The mare collapsed, sobbing. The stone cracked again, this time audibly, the snap of it breaking, filling the grove. All of my efforts meant nothing. I was being freed. Summer looked up, shock and fear in her eyes, as for the first time in who knows how long, I began to straighten up. Gray stone flaked off of me as I rose, and as I moved, so did Summer Sky, scrambling to her hooves and looking at me with disbelieving eyes. I reached down and took Sunny's letter in my talons. I looked at her daughter, who was staring at me with a combination of awe and terror. "Thank you," I said to her, and she nodded and squeaked something in response. "Are you afraid of me, my little pony?" I asked, stepping down from my pedestal and feeling the grass beneath me. My senses were being flooded now. The stone kept me dulled, but now my awareness was free. Summer Sky's heart was beating fit to burst. The smell of fear flooded off of her, and I could see her limbs trembling. Yes," she whispered. I strode towards her in a flash, and took her muzzle in my lion's paw. Kneeling down, I looked into her eyes. Neither you nor any pony in your family, from now until the end of all things, will ever have need to fear me. I promise you this. Summer Sky blinked at me in confusion. Then the tension flooded from her. Thank you, she said softly. You believe me? I am the spirit of chaos after all. I believe you. Why? Because my mother would have, Summer Sky replied. And once again, I saw sunny meadows in her features. I did the only thing I could think of at that moment. I fled.
Oh wow, that's getting really good. Hey, so he's free now, so now I'm really curious to see what's gonna happen now. I gotta get to the next one soon. I think there's only 2 left, so I'm pretty much almost done with this. Anyway, so that was part 5, really good. That one was a bit shorter than the others, but I enjoyed it. So I'll get to the part 6 in a bit. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take it easy.
I feel the pain so deep, it takes away my sleep. Took me by surprise, just realized you're lying. Seeing you hurts my eyes.